Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 72. Dun dun dun! Our god's back! Woo! Okay. Whole bunch of things, let's get through them, shall we? We have been attacked. We actually got attacked on NC2 and died. We're going to flip through a couple of these. We've got too much stuff. These turns are going to be way too long if we do everything. But NC2, one of our NCs, actually our only NC in currently got attacked. And at first I was like, what the fuck? Why? He wasn't doing anything, was he? And as far as I can tell, no, he wasn't doing anything. But he had to have been, so never mind. I have to check the last turn. I checked it and I noticed that he had been horror marked, but apparently he got horror marked after getting hit. So he must have been doing something. What did he do this turn? Actually hit this thing. Part of the problem with horrors is they just fucking heal this fucking life drain. And yeah, he gets horror marked because of that. So I guess I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing with him, but it got him killed. So that's on me. Kudu 58 summoned some Kusarakis. We did some Dark Knowledge, didn't find anything. We did a transformation. And unfortunately, our bear, one, he turned into a bear. And two, he was attacked by belly maws, which basically means he's dead. Alright, so that was unfortunate. We didn't find any blood saves in Tesiphon, and then we have a series of battles. Some of these are interesting, some of them are not. We're going to flip through, and then we will watch interesting ones, potentially. We had a battle in Belagor. It was against very little. Not super interesting. No gems used. Not a big deal. We had a battle, we can see we had a battle in White Forest. So, this is a thug. Let's watch this. So we've got one thug up against... Holy crap, that's actually a lot. So, Rutro Raggy. But we kind of, know how this is going to turn out because we see there are multiple battles. So how does this guy fare? He actually gets surrounded, only gets his liquid body off, which is a little dangerous. But then, like a badass, he just starts casting in the middle of the battle. Just smacks a couple times, does a cast. Smacks a couple times, does a cast. He gets liquid body off. He gets a moss body off in the middle of that. And I think, yeah, he gets a bark skin off. He gets a quicken self off. Very nice, very nice. You know, I think there's a call for them putting up Breath of Winter as well, if possible, for scenarios like this to fatigue out everyone around them. That would probably work out relatively well. But this guy does a decent job of killing everything here and winning. Nicely done. And then he gets attacked in White Forest by Mictlin, who has moved in, and ew. Okay, so we've got a Moon Priest and a High Priest of the Sun, and we've got a bunch of Ozelotls, Bat Boys. He's in full Ozelotl mode. So, I can't imagine this goes very well. Well, actually, they cast for a long time. And they hold for a long time. And we basically get the majority of our script off. We're casting Barkskin right now, right as they come down. So we've got Liquid Body, Moss Body, Barkskin off. So that's pretty good. And then we kind of proceed to, we take a couple hits, regenerate, take a couple hits, quicken self, and now we just start going to town killing Ocelotls. And unfortunately, here's the thing. I think we potentially might have actually won if we focused well, because we almost kill both of these guys. We almost kill both of these guys, and then we attack over here. We start swinging around kind of randomly, and we do kill some here or there, and then more Ocelotls step in. But if we had focused on, there are a number, like these guys are hurt, this guy's is super wounded, these guys are very wounded, one of these guys is super wounded, both of these guys are almost dead. This guy is almost dead, or no, this guy is almost dead. Like, there's quite a bit of damage across a lot of these Ocelotls, but I'm not really focusing very well. And you can see, unfortunately, my fatigue is kind of racking up, and this is in part due to the Quicken Self, which is kind of my own fault, but at the same time, I would be, it's questionable as to whether or not I would have this many dead if I hadn't Quickened Self. So there's a alternate timeline, right, where I didn't use Quickened Self, and this guy lives because he doesn't win. He gets close. He gets real close, but eventually his moss body does pop, and as soon as it pops, as soon as it pops, it's boom, done, over. Instantaneous. So that is unfortunate. He did, what was that? That was Ishib 17? Which one are you? 16. Ishib 16 actually did quite a bit. He made it into the Hall of Fame. He was very, very good. He did well for us. I do not. He will be remembered fondly. All right, what else do we got going on? We have attacked in Pangea, and there actually wasn't that much there. Enough to trigger gem usage, but nothing to really matter. 2 Yetis died, but whatever. Not a big deal. We attacked in Defaros with an Ishib. We got attacked in Wick Forest. So these are all around, like, Pangea itself. We got attacked in Wick Forest and lost. We attacked into Operi and won. We got attacked into Lufe and lost. We watched as Mictlin attacked into Pan and won. And this is really interesting because this is the Lord of Hell. Okay, so let's watch this guy and see what he's up to. So this is Belphegor, a Lord of Hell, and he is a badass super combatant chassis. He's got Combat Caster, he's got a couple of other things, Spirit Sight, Flying, he doesn't need to eat, he's got built-in good poison and fire resistance. He's got Awe, he's got Fear 10. He's stacked with fire, earth, and blood. Very good thug or super combatant paths, especially in the late game, right? He can, with the right gear, he can basically like Phoenix Pyre all over the fucking map. So very crazy. Unfortunately for Mictlin, it seems like they're running around with very mediocre gear, right? This is very basic stuff, especially to put on someone like Belphegor, right? But that being said, he's still Belphegor. He's got Summon Earth Power, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, and Immolation. Well, that was a bunch of dead birds. So, this guy does have Combat Caster. He will just cast things randomly in combat, which is amazing, especially when he's got such high paths. A lot of times he just doesn't give a shit. The fatigue doesn't matter to him. Also, he is flying, so yeah, he just fucking starts flying around, killing the shit out of people. Very scary, very scary. So, just to take a look, like, the Lords of Hell, if I'm remembering correctly, right? This is Blood 9, right? This is Binding a Demon Lord, 150 Blood Slaves. Blood 8, right? That is no laughing matter. And we actually talked about that. We mentioned that on previous sessions, right? Where it's like, you know, eventually Mictlan, Hinam, Lanka, they're going to hit those Lords of Hell, and they're just going to start going crazy. The only suitable answer we really have is Tartarians, so we got to get on that. So, that was the battle in Delufe. Or no, Seedica. Where's Seedica? Ah, it's right here. So very close. Very, very close. And then we have a battle in Andoria, where we got attacked again by Pangea. We got a couple of events, some unrest and misfortune in Yellow Caves, whatever. We've got Earth Gems in World Pillar, nice. We've got more Earth Gems in Devaros, nice. We've got alterations are cheaper this month, and we've got Heat Scale across the world. The Goat Son. Ah, this is another Demon Lord. Jeez. Alright, Mictlan is a problem. Mictlan is a big problem. To the point to where actually I need to get eyes on what Mictlan has. I know he has this one. Obviously, he doesn't have this one, we can see. He doesn't have this one yet. I don't know if he has the Sea Untamed. Move there and there. Let's see if he has the Sea Untamed. We need to keep eyes on Mictlan because baby boy might be able to make some throne plays in the near future with Ocelotl swarms. We'll see. And Demon Lords. We had a scout discovered and killed. We have breached Belagor, breached Pangea. We're under siege in Perenna still. No big deal. Holy Capuchin, the god of Kailasa, the AI, has finally been vanquished. It's turned 72. Try to check this real quick. So, turn 72. It was like turn 20, like late 20s or something like that, maybe 30s or so, when Kailasa, don't get me wrong, Kailasa, the AI Kailasa has not been relevant for the last 15 turns. But that's AI Kailasa, right? Not the hands of a player. Like, again, not to harp. Never to harp. You are free to play the game however you see fit, and it takes all different types of play styles. People enjoy the game in all different kinds of ways, right? But don't always count yourself out. Especially when things are looking rough. Sometimes that's when the game gets the most fun, is when you're in a hard pressure situation, when you're probably gonna lose, right? But you figure out what you can do to do whatever, right? Like my Ares game. I actually had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, being put in the situation that I got put into was incredibly frustrating, especially since I thought that I was fine. But I had a lot of fun messing around and trying to figure out what I could do. And the exodus, you know, away from my original homelands and into someone else's homelands, yada, 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 etc., etc. Like, don't count yourself out of a game so quickly, you know? Okay. What else we got going on? We have started to destroy the fort in Monarch Woods, and our god is back. We've got a lot of movements, but the main focus, the really important things are we're hitting Belagor this turn, we're storming the castle, and we are storming the castle in Pan. I did consider the idea. Now, Pan hit us in a number of locations. Pan hit us in Delufe. Japan hit us in Dulufe, in Andoria, in Wick Forest. And we lost each of those, and then we lost White Forest as well. So it is possible, probable even, that Mictlan is going to push in on us, right? I would anticipate that. So I did consider the idea of breaking up some of the Pangean force. We don't need everything that we have here, and throwing it at some of these provinces. But I don't want to risk a potential bump with the Ocelotls or with Belphegor, basically. So we're going to take what we can in this area slowly and methodically. That's not a concern. We will be fine, right? And then we'll take Carry On, and we'll take adjacent stuff from there. Down here in the south, we're going to try to expand a little bit more aggressively. We're going to hit in Troia. We're going to move Isham 1 over into Dershid, trying to potentially head towards Silverfangs to take that. I don't know where the Hinnom armies have gone, but it looks like they have pulled back slightly. It's possible that Mictlan has actually attacked them. In which case, I might have to jump in against Mictlan very quickly. So this army, if that is the case, this army is going to be incredibly important. So we need to. This is for another reason. All the more reason that I want to keep this army intact and together, because I might have to march it towards White Forest, or hell, Mictlan is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces away. I might have to march towards Mictlan, you know. So we've gotta keep options open in that type of situation. See how it goes. Other than those movements, most of our movements are just moving elders around. And you can see we've actually got a lot of elders in play, trying to bolster up our scenarios. We are also recruiting Enkidu shamans in Bell and in Thornwoods now. We're going to try to do both. I think Thornwoods might actually be a pretty good place to keep recruiting Enkidu shamans, especially if I can take Monarch Woods, because then we can house them in Monarch Woods. But Thornwoods is right on this coast, and Relay has been doing a great job of pushing its dominion to keep itself safe, basically. Like, the whole fucking coast is Relay's dominion. So it's possible that we stick this sticks around for quite some time. So keep that in mind. We actually have a very good income right now. So we are recruiting all over the place. We're recruiting mages in many locations. We're recruiting Spear Guard in certain locations, in Trackless Wastes and in All Woods, in order to give ourselves a little bit of a standing army in those areas. We are actually recruiting more in Ctesiphon as well as just Sacred Pegasus Riders, so that we can have a little bit of a patrolling force in Ctesiphon for blood hunting. And other than that, most of the focus for this turn is the fact that our god is back. So it is time to enact the plan. First step, Crystal Coin. All right, so with the Starshine Skullcap, Nazar the Second can forge. Well, you can forge a whole lot of shit with the Starshine Skullcap, but specifically, we need a Crystal Coin to come in and be able to make make a Ring of Sorcery. So this turn, we are making a Crystal Coin. Next turn, we'll probably have to alchemize a little bit. We're only getting 7 gems per turn. Not a problem. We have a massive fire income that we're not currently using. So we will alchemize that massive fire income and go from there. So Massive Fire, Income, Alchemize into a little bit. We're not going to do a crazy amount. Alchemize that into Astral Pearls. We get Ring of Sorcery next turn. The following turn, either Leprosy or Hollow gets both a Skull Staff and a Ring of Sorcery, and also, a fucking Ring of Warning. They are going to be Death 5. They turn around and they summon a Lich. Lich is going to be Death 4 inherently with a Skull Staff and a Ring of Sorcery. They will be Death 6. Well of Misery goes up. So, we've got 73. We forge a Ring of Sorcery. 74. We summon a Lich. 75. We Well of Misery. In theory, on 76, depending on what we have, see, if we still have a global open, we won't have to cast Well of Misery with 50 billion gems. So depending on if we have a global open, we'll cast it at we'll still probably put a decent amount into it, but we'll cast it at a more moderate amount comparatively, and we'll go from there. So after that, it's possible that we empower the Lich in Death, so that they are Death 7, because we need Death 7 specifically. Or we could go for like a Skull Cap. So Skull Cap is something that we can pass around, but in theory, the Lich, right, if the Lich were to die with the Skull Cap, they Skull Cap. I hate Astral Corruption. I hate it so much. I hate it beyond all things. But we're going, right? And we're gonna try to counter. Here's the thing, though. This timeline is working out pretty well because we've got a research speed of about 900 and a little less than 1,000. We've got about 5 or so turns before we can actually do tarts anyways. So timeline is okay. I think that's it. I think really that's it. Honestly. That's about the thing. Could never put up Arcane Nexus because even now, with most of a portion of Yomi's territory, all of our territory, all of the Agarthan lands, and a good portion of the Pangean lands, we're going to end up with a portion of Kailasan lands. I'm going to end up like a little sliver of Tirnanog's lands, right? We still only have fucking 7 Astral Pearls per month. Where are all the Astral Pearls? I need to site search. I need to probably just remote site search, but the chances of losing someone to Astral Corruption are so high now. It's kind of ridiculous. So, kind of just want to kill Mictlan. Above all things, like even losing the game is less of a concern now than it is to kill Mictlan. I hate Astral Corruption. Oh, goodness. It's just so annoying. Alright, anyways, that's pretty much it for the turn. We're forging stuff, we're summoning Kusarakus. Pretty typical stuff. Basically, it's all set into can we get to the point to where we are utilizing tarts? Yay. Great. Nay. Alright, well, we're probably fucked. We need that we need that fast. Because it's not just like the threat of demon lords. Hinnom with legitimately just with milk carts. Like, they can just charge us with milk carts. And they could raid us down for eternity. Lanka, right? I think we are potentially twice the size of Lanka. Maybe not quite. Lanka's actually quite a bit bigger than they look on my map. But Lanka could... I think Lanka could, like, run us down in 4 turns. No. 10 turns, right? Like, but they could put a lot of people in a lot of our provinces really quick, and as soon as all of that province power goes away, fucked. I mean, what are we gonna do? Like, especially not with astral corruption up, I can't really do anything without an economy, right? Don't get me wrong, I have a shit ton of gems I would dump into a whole lot of stuff. I would try to make some sort of power play wherever I could. But there's not going to be much I can do if I can't get... we're at the late game point. If I can't get some sort of late game feature going, it's not going to matter. So, fingers crossed that the next couple of turns go well for us. You know, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Everybody.